Hey, I'm Lisa from PosterMyWall. Welcome. Today's training is going to teach you how to create your own spooktacular photos and videos for Halloween marketing using just your phone and requiring almost no budget. Today's instructor is photographer and videographer Monica Farber. Monica has created 3 fabulous sets, and she's going to show you how to create those sets in your own home and office, and then how to style your product and shoot the photos. Then use your photos in your Halloween marketing, right? Your emails, social media posts, flyers, posters, whatever you need. If you stick with us until the end of the training, we have a promo code for you. Use the promo code for a discount on PosterMyWall, the only platform that gives you email marketing, video and graphic design, scheduling, and publishing all in one place. So let's get started.
Hello, PosterMyWall, and happy Halloween. If you're watching this and it isn't Halloween, everything we talk about here will apply to anything that you shoot. So just pay attention to tips on props, lighting, surfaces, and I'll show you exactly how to shoot some really quality photography at a very low cost using nothing more than your phone. Okay, what we're shooting today are some Halloween orange cocktails. So we're gonna start off with the first of 3 different styled looks. Time out, side note here. Just because I've only shot stills today for the purpose of this demo doesn't mean you shouldn't take full advantage of all of the time that you spent putting these setups together. Make sure that you're shooting video as well. Just because you set something up to shoot an overhead shot doesn't mean you shouldn't shoot it from different angles and then also capture some video footage. Just pop your camera on a tripod and hit go. The first is going to be a monochromatic scene. So, as you can see here, I have several different surfaces that I use. And you can purchase these surfaces from a number of companies. I use Replica Surfaces, Bessie Bakes backdrops, several different ones that I'm happy to link, but you can also just make these on your own. I made this from some plywood that I purchased at Home Depot, and then I just painted it myself. I'm gonna place this table near the window. So the window is my light source. It's really important to pay attention to light, like where it's coming from. If I were shooting this, let's say, over in the middle of the room and there was light coming in from this direction and there was a window coming in from that direction, it's just gonna be kind of all over the place. But if you have light coming in from just one side, it's gonna look a lot more dynamic. So I'm gonna place this table right by the window with my orange surface underneath. And then since we're gonna be doing a monochromatic look, I kind of wanna stay in that warm orangey tone. I'm just gonna lean this up against the table, push my orange surface to it, and then here's our scene where we're gonna shoot. Let's bring in our Halloween cocktails. And oftentimes it looks better if you have more than one cocktail or more than one, let's say, slice of cake or whatever the subject is. It just looks like there's a party going on. I bought some orange candles. So I got these candles at Hobby Lobby for, I think they were $1.50 each. And then these candle holders were $1.99. You don't even need to use these candle holders. You could use, I actually couldn't find real pumpkins because they're not in stores yet. So I use these plastic ones that Hobby Lobby, thank you, still has. So I'm gonna use plastic oranges. I think I spent $5 on the whole bag of pumpkins. And then for the candles, I wanted them to be at varying heights. So I literally just broke the candles to make them at different heights. So we have an orange background, some orange candles to make it kind of spooky. Kind of placing them here and there, not ever in a straight line. I'm gonna put it together so this is gonna be kind of a tight shot. And I'm gonna place some pumpkins in there. Now, whenever we shoot this, I'm gonna make this one be our subject. So this is the cocktail that we're gonna be focused on. And so I wanna put the props behind it, next to it, and maybe some even in front of it so you can kind of see a hint of that. That way it doesn't look like the scene just stops right there. Make sure my candles are straight. Because I'm gonna light these candles, I feel like they should be in the dark just a little bit so that that light pops off. So I'm gonna close these curtains. Now, if you're by a window where you don't have curtains, you can always use a black foam core board. I paid $2.50 for this at Hobby Lobby, and it could easily be used like this to block the light. So I'm gonna open up my phone's camera. And if you just open up the camera on your phone and you are just in regular mode, the camera's set to pretty wide, so you can see the edges of the table. The main subject, which is this cocktail right here, is pretty small. So what I like to do is switch it to telephoto and then move out a little bit. And now let's talk about the rule of thirds. So if you see this grid, looks like a tic-tac-toe board, what you want to do is have your main subject either come in the crosshairs of one of those grids or within the lines of those grids. So because this is my main subject, I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to tap on screen right where I want that to come into focus. I'm going to hold it so it locks, and I'm going to shoot that photo. I think that looks pretty good. And maybe I want to block that reflection from that candle. So always have like props readily available. I even bought this bag of pumpkins. Again, $5 if I wanted to add little pumpkins. I always have extra and I take back what I don't need. I don't think we need more. I think we have enough orange and it looks pretty spooky and Halloweenish, so I'm just gonna return this one. But I do have this fun little cocktail pick I made with an orange peel and a plastic spider. Let's stick that in there. I think that adds a lot to it. Pull out. I'm gonna line that cocktail up right there. Focus, lock that. Maybe move in a little bit. Let's get a little bit closer on that one. Oh, and by the way, I'm shooting this at a 45-degree angle, so there's different ways that you could shoot it. And so for these 3 different scenarios, where we'll be shooting this cocktail, I'm gonna shoot it 3 different ways so you can see the difference. Here we're shooting at 45 degrees. Next, we're gonna shoot one straight on. And then for our last shot, I'll shoot it directly above so you can see how this exact same drink can look different ways. So for the 45-degree angle, oftentimes this angle of shooting is really good whenever you want to show depth. Focusing in on that drink, maybe I focus on that spider. Okay, we're moving on to demo number 2. We're using the exact same cocktail, but I went ahead and moved the table and paused it for time's sake. So the way we're gonna do this is shoot it dark and moody. How do we do that? Well, again, you need to be paying attention to where the light is coming in. So because we're not using any artificial light here, so we can't create where the light is, we're gonna have to work with what we have. So I've moved the table from being right here, where all the sunlight is coming in from the side, to back here in the corner where it's kind of dark so I can block some of it off. All right, surfaces. I'm gonna go with a couple of dark surfaces. This one is from Replica Surfaces. Put it right here. And then for the background, this one is from Bessie Bakes Backdrops. Lisa can link these for you guys, or if you have any questions at all, you can always shoot me an email or a DM on Instagram and I'll remind you of where they came from and give you a link to them. So I'm gonna go with this one. And it's just super thin. and I've taped it to a piece of cardboard to make it more sturdy. You could also use, if you don't want to invest, when I say invest in a backdrop, I mean, I think that one probably cost me like 50 bucks. This surface right here, maybe 125, I can't remember. But these were $2.50 each. It's just a piece of black foam core board. You can use these for so many things. So I highly suggest that you purchase some black foam core and some white foam core from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or any craft store. So you could just put this in the back. It works just the same. So what I'm gonna do here to block the light is just make sure that these curtains are closed just enough so that I'm seeing this sliver of light come through. If you don't have blackout curtains, again, you could always use a piece of this foam core and set it up like this just to block it. You can lean it up against the wall. You could use a chair. I'm gonna use the curtains. Close these just enough to where a little sliver of light is coming in this way. Next, I'm gonna add some texture. So this is a piece of black muslin. I think I got it at Party City during Halloween. You can get this, you could probably get this in the fabrics section of Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. It was a couple of dollars. So I'm just gonna drape this on top. Remember, it always makes it more interesting if you can add texture to the surface. Layers and textures, otherwise it's just kind of flat. So we have black on black on black. Then let's get our cocktail. And if you can see, if I put the cocktail right here, the cocktail's in the dark, the background's in the dark, the surface is in the dark. I'm gonna put the cocktail right here and make sure we have a little bit of light coming through on it so it can highlight this glass. So again, if you'll just learn how to pay attention to light and where it falls and what angle it's coming in, it's gonna make all the difference in the world. I'm gonna grab another piece of this foam core board. Again, you can recreate this entire scene with just 1, 2, 3 pieces of foam core board, $2.50 each. And I'm gonna put this right here because I'm seeing a little bit of light hit this background. I want it to be really dark. So I'm just gonna block that light. Okay, now to make this interesting, to make this more interesting, we're gonna add dry ice. Dry ice will give it that fun, smoky, spooky Halloween quality. But remember, you can't touch dry ice with your hands. So I'm gonna go get a pair of tongs and I'll be right back. Okay, go ahead. Okay, for this third and final setup of the Halloween cocktail, I've moved our table outside because I wanted to get a little bit of a different lighting setup for you guys. So remember, if you don't have direct sunlight coming in through the window inside your house or office or wherever you may be, you can always just go outside. I've done photo shoots in my driveway before. So earlier I noticed that where the sun is, it's coming through these leaves right here and it's giving us a little bit of dappled light. So if you can come over here and show that on camera. This is what we call dappled light. So for the color scheme here, I'm gonna go with complementary colors. So what that is 2 colors that are opposite of each other on the color wheel. So in this case, we're gonna use the orange cocktail and a blue background. Gonna throw our cocktails in the mix. And then here's a bag of plastic spiders. These came from Party City, I believe, during Halloween. I think I paid $1 for the whole bag. So we'll see how that looks. Give it a little bit of a spooky feel. Kind of place those around randomly. You don't want it to be too perfectly spaced out and precise. And we'll see how it looks and then we can adjust it. Now, we are gonna shoot this overhead, whereas the other two were shot straight on and at a 45-degree angle. We're gonna shoot this directly overhead. And a lot of things to keep in mind whenever you're shooting directly overhead is that's a good opportunity to look for repeating shapes and patterns. So the shape of this glass is a circle. So what would be interesting is if I had other circles in frame. So what I've done here is slice up some blood oranges, which is what this cocktail is made of. We'll put that out, see what we think. If we don't like it, you can always take it away. And also another thing, something that's one of my favorite props to use when shooting food or cocktails is to use the ingredients that are in the dish or the cocktail. So because this is made with blood orange and regular orange, I'm showing blood oranges. And also if you come over here and look at it from above, you're just gonna see solid orange circles. That's not really interesting. So what I'm gonna do is throw a garnish on this. And so I got something, again, circles. I have these little repeating patterns in the blackberries. I think that adds a lot. Grab some more of these little cocktail picks. And just make sure you're going through whatever it is that you're using and picking out the prettiest ones. Especially since we're shooting this on our phone, there's not going to be any Photoshop involved to correct anything. Yeah, I think that looks nice. And we're using citrus. I really like this citrus juicer. This is a really fun thing to use. It just makes it look less like perfectly styled and more like you actually did make the cocktails here. So I'll maybe throw this in here somewhere. And remember, you can always have your props coming out of frame. You don't want to have everything bunched in the middle. If you could show them coming out of frame a little bit, it'll look more natural. All right, so let's see what that looks like. We could even use like the cocktail spoon, add that to in frame. I don't know if that's gonna be a little bit too much, but let's just stick it in there and see. So we had to take a quick pause because the sun went behind the clouds. It happens. You just got to pay attention to where the light is, and if you have to stop, then you stop and you shoot again. So what I did was add a few whole oranges to the scene, just so, like I said, it's a little bit more full around the edges, even if nothing but just the corner of this is going to show up. So I'm going to record my screen so you can see what I'm seeing. And I'm going to line this up. Make sure those crosshairs are aligned so that my phone is even. Tap on that cocktail. Maybe I'll pull that exposure up just a hair and shoot. Let's get a couple a little bit closer. I really like how those blackberries look. Also, make sure that you're zooming in and out, not zooming in with your camera, but moving the phone up and down. That way you have a lot of shots to choose from whenever you go to edit. Okay, I think we're good.
I hope that inspired you to get super creative with your Halloween marketing this year. As a bonus, Monica has shared a free guide to shooting restaurant videos and photos. You'll find a link to that in the class description. Our mission at PosterMyWall is to make marketing super easy and affordable for small business owners like you. Our platform delivers email marketing, graphic and video design, and campaign scheduling all in one place. Give our Halloween templates a try by using promo code SCARY30 That promo code will get you 30% off on a new or upgraded subscription to PosterMyWall Premium or Premium Plus. Please share this video with your marketing friends and colleagues. If you'd like more PosterMyWall trainings and demos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.